Bright and early morning to you. Let's just say, for argument's sake, a couple months back you did a tire rotation on Honda Odyssey race van, and you sort of looked at your brake pads all the way around. The front ones you were pretty sure looked good. Your rotors are a little warped, but you don't really care because you don't want to spend the money on the rotors. Their rear ones, you say, they'll probably last another 10-15,000 miles. I mean, it's not like it's my daily driver most of the time, which it is. So, funny story. Driving yesterday, it kind of sounded like this oscillating, hey, you're turning rotors kind of sound coming from the rear of, let's just say any random vehicle or your race van, Honda Odyssey. And sure enough, I don't know if it's this side. I mean, you can just see where old dad just started turning rotors just a little bit. So, yep, there it is. Right. You see that part right there in the middle? We just started touching. So, I'm not going to end up buying rotors for the simple fact I'm being cheap, and the rotors in the rear, generally your stopping is 70% up front, 30% in the rear, generally. And if you have a rear warped rotor, unless you have driven with the emergency brake on and really superheated that dog, you probably won't notice it too much. So let's get started here. And I kind of went to the Freights of Harbor and I already bought some stuff, but very minimal stuff, because I have most of this stuff at the house. Actually, I have all of it at the house. So we're going to be using the factory jack, which on the Honda Odyssey, it's right back here. Look at here. What? There's your tools. And at first I thought maybe this sucker's bolted down. It's not. You just twist her like this. And looky there. Will you just look at it? Comes right out. Now I believe these might actually go on the body line. I'll have to look. Maybe it goes somewhere on the frame. These things I don't trust. I hate them because they strip out and they're pretty dangerous. But in the sake of, hey, I don't want to buy another jack right now, I'm not going to have my head under the car really. The first thing you're going to do before you do lift this, break these loose first. If not, unless you want to go put on the e-brake inside, you're not going to get them. Look at that. That's just not good. Now that's not brake dust, or not brake dust. That is brake dust from the front. And I put on this tire cleaner. Man, I'll tell you what, that stuff just, it collected all kind of the road dirt and grime you could think of. Let's see. I'm gonna do these pads two different ways for you as far as pressing back the caliper. Hopefully everything goes good, because I didn't buy a caliper because I mean, they were pretty evenly worn the heck out. I just kind of forgot during the tire rotation that I probably needed to get brake pads, because it seems like no matter what, you're always in a rush for stuff. So I'm gonna use a screwdriver on one side to press it back, maybe, if there's room. You'll see what I mean. And a big old vice grip, body plier type looking. Here we go. I'm gonna use that on one side, screwdriver on the other, and I could not pass these up. Look at this sucker. Now I know these aren't your off the old box truck kind of wrenches, but they got standard on one side, metric on the other. Handier than a pocket on a t-shirt, guys. So I'm gonna break these loose, and then I'll show you how I push back the brake pad, and we'll get started. So I ran down to the local Advanced Auto today. They were the closest, and I got these CarQuest pads. and I used to work for them way back when, and I generally get the better pads just because I generally don't like this brake dust all over my wheels. And if you get these ceramic pads, it's a lot better. And also, I think these are made by Ray Bestis, at least they used to be. Anyway, so here's your setup if you got a Honda Odyssey or something close to her. And you see this slot right here. You're gonna take this screwdriver right to the inside of that, grab a hold of that inside brake pad. See that? And you pull right toward you. And hopefully she releases. Might release a little slow, but that's okay. You see, these brake pads are, wait a minute, these brake pads are pretty good. That might not be a good sign for, no wonder she didn't press back too far. So I might have a slide, one of these slides stuck, I'm guessing. We're gonna see what we got now. I of course started on the opposite side of where the grinding was, so we're gonna see what else is going on with him too. Now this is the side with the good brake pads. Okay, see that? Now this is your slide. Notice how that moves, and I'm gonna guess this is what's happened to the other side. That puppy does not move. However, Honda engineers are smart enough to put a hexagon bolt type head on there. So you can twist this sucker out, clean it up, re-grease it, and slide him back on, it'll be just fine. So that's what we're gonna do. I think it's probably a 17. Look at that, will you just look at that? And this isn't lefty loosey righty tighty, this is a, hey, get the heck out. Oh, wait a minute, it ain't. It's a 16. Let me get comfortable. So I'll put that back. A 16 or a 5/8 if you bought this here set. Let's see, 5/8. No? Yeah? No? What? Well. Anyway, I must have slid it off with the 17. It's got to have a 17. But anyway, you see the way that's designed. This fits on here, and you can turn it. This sucker must just really be stuck, so that's good. But we'll clean him up, throw him back on there. We'll take this, we'll try to get as much crud out of here as we can. Maybe with a real fine pick or a screwdriver, maybe just blow in it and hope for the best. But I'm gonna guess this is what's happened to that other side. The slide is stuck, and that's why this pad is absolutely gone. But we'll get this out and I'll show you what she looks like. So after about 10 minutes of just straight grinding, this is what happens whenever your boot tears. This thing right here on the top right there by that bolt, whenever that tears, water, snow, moisture, all that good jazz. See, this is supposed to slide in and out of here, and I'm not going to put it in there because I haven't cleaned it out yet. Look at all that crap. So I don't have my wire wheel here. I really don't have too much of anything here. Look at all that. That right there is muddy grease, because you know that's what they put them in. Well, they don't put muddy grease in there, but they put them in there with grease. I'm gonna put it there and save it for later. But I'm gonna clean this up with some sandpaper, grease him back up, slide him in, and then I have a feeling that this brake may actually work. I have a feeling that it wasn't working at all, because that piston, I don't think I shoved back. I think it was already back from a previous brake job. I'm gonna go ahead and replace these pads though, since I already have them. I mean, that just makes sense. And then I know that it's all new and working fine, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna find another one of these daggone things. FYI, I had to break out the Black Magic toolkit, and the ratchet already broke. So it's good for one alternator use and half of a brake job. So I got it by, and this socket fits real loose in there, so I kind of wedged it and was prying up and outward as I was turning, and that's how I got this sucker out. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up. I cleaned this out already with some of this WD-40, just firing a hole, and you can work it in and out. Once you clean this thing, don't do it right now, but once you clean it, work it in and out, put the most of your boot back on, or go get you a slide kit. They sell slide kits, which is what I should do. I may do it later, which means I probably won't, but I'm gonna clean it up real good, grease it, and hopefully grease her enough that nothing can get in there. And then we're gonna go ahead and button up this side and see what we got on the other side. This side back together. I greased this. Now that boot is tore, so I'm gonna have to, you know, fight with the devil again if this thing makes it through another pair of brake pads, that is. Replace the hardware, because usually it has grooves in it, and they're cheap tin. The one thing I forgot to tell you, don't let this hose, don't let the caliper dangle by this hose. These were 12mm, these bolts for the caliper on this particular model. Yours may vary. And however you take these pads off, like this one was on the rear and this would be pointing down. Now these pads generally will flip on both sides. Like you could use this on the other side, put it on the outside maybe, but that might hit the caliper. So I generally try to pay attention to how this come out and put them back the exact same way, because somebody probably already found out that it hits here or here or here or here somewhere. But I'm gonna button this up and we'll go to the other side and see what kind of thing we got going on. All right, so you just do the same thing on this side. I've already taken my lug nuts loose before I raised it. Now I didn't take them real loose, I just broke them loose to where they didn't have a whole lot of tension on them. Because you don't want to take them completely loose, because well, the weight of the car is rested on them. You don't want to break these suckers off. Ain't no fun. So I've already broke those loose. Like I was saying, there's a piece of metal real thick right there. That's meant to lift the vehicle. I don't think anywhere else really is. This piece of thick metal, you'll see it, there's a little cutout in this plastic right here. Anyway, time to see what this thing's got to tell us. I had to show you guys this. Now this is the one that just started touching, right? I mean, there is no groove that I can, well, there may be slight grooves. Anyway, this van, I told you how that other side, I thought this caliper wasn't working, and I told you generally it's 70 stopping, 30 stopping. I thought for sure this one would have had the stuck slide. Now, I put my screwdriver in here. Spoiler alert, it goes back real easy. So we don't have a stuck slide on this side. That means that this side was doing 100% of all the rear braking. So, see how that slides back and forth real easy? That's a real good sign. I like that. That makes me happy. And I'm just real happy that this one right here ought to go together the way I thought the other side should have. So, again, take your 12mm, get her on there, knock your wrench completely off the bolt, just for fun, nothing serious. Let me tell you, these these wrenches here kind of bend. Okay, I'm gonna set this down and go ahead and just do it the right way with two hands, because this just ain't working. I don't want to strip these bolts at all. If they do turn and you see this turning, just grab that 17mm and you hold right here. Where's that daggone screen at? Well, you hold right here and you twist that one out. If this thing's moving, that's good. That means this slide is good and lubricated. So I'm gonna go ahead and buzz it apart, put my new pads on it, button her together, and call it a day. Well guys, there we go. We got both of them back on the ground. We re-torqued those to elbow click click. If you're wondering, I believe the spare tire is behind this thing. Probably have to put down this front rear seat here and make a mess with all this. I only say that because it's round right up here, and it looks like a round tire just fits, you know, perfectly in there. But we got all that stuff back in order. And now I just wanted to show you guys, you don't have to have the key on whenever you're pumping these brakes. You just hop in, see key's not on, not in it. The pedal will, whoa, she's to the floor. 4 times for good measure. 5 times just because we're on YouTube. So these mats don't fit. I like them because they kind of save my carpet a little bit. Well, that's as simple as it is. Now we got rear brakes done. No more turning rotors as we're driving. And I don't know if you guys realize this or not. This was the first ever flip-flop edition. I can't see past my belly. Where is it? There he is. Yeah, flip-flop edition of Right Turn Garage TV. So, you know, enjoy that. And hopefully we'll just get to go on to the next vehicle and do something else. If not, it might be front brakes and rotors. Like I say, we're preparing for Tater. And I don't really remember what those look like. I think they're good. We'll probably just wait till they start grinding, because I do need to replace those front rotors. They pulsate through the pedal and it's aggravating. So again, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you don't care. It's free. Why not? Help a fella out. It's there. Wait, nope, there. It's somewhere. So if you don't mind, hit that. I greatly appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching Right Turn Garage TV.